It's Ebony and Batani. Thank you for coming back and joining me on my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. And if you want to get information and be updated on when I upload new vlogs, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you give me a thumbs up and like this video so you can be notified of when I upload vlogs. So just a little bit about myself real quick. My channel is about giving people tips and strategies on turning their vision into a plan, their plan into action, and their action to results. But we also are an international family, so I also have a series on our lifestyle and our travels, and I give you a little bit of insight on that. Hopefully we'll be doing that again soon. As you know, there's a pandemic going on. All right, so let's get into it. Today we are going to talk about how to turn your vision into a plan. So oftentimes we have great ideas that we are just gnawing at us, sometimes for years, and sometimes, you know, just recently. Or you have something that you really want to turn into a passion or a product, but you just don't even know where to begin. I went through that myself. I actually have a degree in entrepreneurship and business management, so I've worked with a lot of entrepreneurs over the years. I have a lot of firsthand knowledge and experience. I actually helped my father open his law practice, so I understand what it means when you are wanting to do something, but you just don't even know where to begin. And that's where a lot of us are, where we don't have that guidance or we don't have that roadmap to tell us, okay, step one is this. I'm one of those people who's like, okay, what is step one? Just tell me what step one is. Okay, so today let's go over what you can do to turn your vision into a plan. Step one, market research. For any idea that you have that you want to do, you need to do your market research. Social media is a great tool for that. The internet is a great tool for that. Go on there and research what it is that you're wanting to do. First, you want to find out, are there other people that are already doing it and that are doing it well? It does not mean that you can't do it yourself. I mean, just like with YouTube, you know, there's millions of people doing YouTube, and there's people, thousands, starting a new channel every single day. Just because there's other people that are already doing it doesn't mean that you yourself can't do it. But you still need to research what it is that you're wanting to do, and if there's a way for you to enter into that niche to make sure that you can carve a path for yourself. So research. You first want to understand how other people are doing it, what they're doing that makes them do it well. Do your research first. Then you also want to find out, secondly, is there a need for your product or your business? One thing that sets other products or businesses aside from the ones that failed, the successful ones compared to the ones that fail. One particular thing that sets them aside is the people who are successful at their businesses means they are solving a problem. So oftentimes it's not so much that they're just like geniuses and they just come up with this, like, you know, amazing product, which sometimes they do, but you know, you get my drift. What it means is they are solving a problem, or they are creating a solution to a need. So that's something you want to look at. What is it exactly that you're offering? Are you offering something of substance? Are you providing a solution to a problem? If you're doing any of those things, you are guaranteed for the most part to be successful with a lot of other, you know, hard work. But that means that you have something that is needed, and that means you will have customers or clients. The next thing is, make sure you have a clear brand, so that when people come to your social media pages or when people speak to you, the first thing they're going to know is clear, for you to be able to clearly state what it is that you are offering to them. So you need to make sure you're able to narrow down and be able to wrap it up in a ball and hand it to people and say, this is what I can offer you. Now, I will admit, in the beginning, it can be kind of hard to narrow that down, especially if you're someone that has like a bunch of ideas running all around your head. That's why you want to write it down. Write down what your idea is first. Then you want to map down from there, like I just said, you know, what is the problem that I'm trying to solve, or what am I providing? Is there a need for it? And then you also want to figure out, how do I present this to other people that will say, yes, I need to use you. I want you to talk about that. You need to be able to narrow it down and be able to package it in a way that you can offer it to other people. Now, I will say there's a caveat to that. Sometimes it's difficult in the very beginning to figure out, okay, what is my exact niche? I mean, how am I presenting this to people? And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you learn as you go. I myself have had sometimes struggled with narrowing it down what it is that I'm going to provide, because I felt like mine was kind of broad. But as time passed, I started narrowing it down more and more based on the opportunities that came my way. That really kind of dictated what area I was going to focus on. The next area, number 2, is going to be start branding yourself. Put yourself out there. Just get started. You don't have to have all the pieces of the puzzle together in order to start turning your vision into a plan. Your idea is there already, and you know what it is that you want, but just get started. Start putting things on social media. Start putting things out there. You will be surprised by the response that you might get from people that will help you start to figure out how to start putting this plan to action. Sometimes people will contact you and say, hey, I know someone that might need help with this, or hey, did you think about this? People might come from all different places that you never met before that might be able to give you a strategy or a technique or a different path that you never thought about. So just start branding yourself and put yourself out there. Let people know that, hey, hello, I'm here, I'm ready whenever you're ready. It can be a slow process, so you need to make sure you have patience, because it can start off at a turtle's pace and you might feel like you're not getting anywhere. But the point is not always, again, for this to be a sprint or a competition. The point of this is for it to be a marathon, and for you to get accustomed and used to putting yourself out there as an entrepreneur or someone who has a goal in mind. The next big part of turning your vision into a plan is to do just that. You need to have a plan. You need to write down or type up exactly how you're going to execute that, which will come from your market research and also putting yourself out there. Part of your plan and your market research is asking questions of people that are already doing it. Send out emails, try to send out DMs, contact people. Your plan needs to be put in place while you're also discovering how you're going to get this vision off the ground. You can't get it off the ground without any actionable steps. Part of having actionable steps is writing down your strengths versus your weaknesses, writing down, is there a need for this product, writing down what it is that you need to get this going, who are you going to be selling to or offering this service to, and who is your audience, your clients, or your customers. That is your actionable step. That's going to take your vision and your idea from your head and putting it down on a piece of paper, writing it down, and figuring out all the answers to those questions. Also, write down the questions you have for yourself. If one of your questions is, okay, how do I start? Then research that. Research what is step 1 in doing this. Oftentimes now, with the way the internet is, there's pretty much an answer to everything. Make appointments with someone that's already doing it and see if they will take you, if they will talk to you. Find a mentor, find your support system. Part of your plan is exactly that. It's creating it physically, visually, and putting it down so that you have something you can look at on a daily basis and you can edit, add to it, take away. You want to make sure that you are putting everything into one place and all your ideas and everything on paper, so you can start checking off what will work and what won't work. The next step of executing your plan is understanding that you are now your own boss. You are your biggest motivator. There's not going to always be someone there to kind of push you along the way and give you that work ethic or give you that discipline or that consistency. You have to understand that you are your own cheerleader. So you're going to have to be the one that's going to get into your own head and push yourself on a daily basis. It needs to be consistent, and you need to have perseverance. In order to do that, you got to change your mentality from someone who works for someone who is obligated to get up at a certain time every day and do your job and go home, and it's just, one day after another, kind of Groundhog Day, to every day is going to be different, and you have to motivate yourself. You have to have that perseverance and that determination and that drive to where even when you run into challenges or things seem stagnant, that you're still going to keep going no matter what, because execution, determination, consistency is going to create results. When you are consistent, when you keep moving, you have to just keep going. Eventually you will see results. It can be slow coming sometimes. For other people, it can happen fast. I'm guilty of it. I watch other people sometimes. I'm like, wow, how did that happen to them so fast? I'm still over here at, step 2. And that's fine, because this is your journey. So you need to understand that it's going to take time, but you have to keep pushing yourself and motivate yourself. So you have to change your mentality to a place of, you are in this marathon as a solo runner, and only you can cross the finish line, and you decide Each finish line is a different goal, and once you get over that hump and you get to that finish line and reach that goal, you create a new goal so that you can have longevity. One thing to keep in mind, as I like to use example, is how do athletes overcome defeat? I mean, you see Olympians that won't place in the Olympics. Well, they continue to practice. They don't just give up and say, oh well, you know, too bad I didn't hit that one. I'm not going to keep training. Oftentimes they do the exact opposite. They train more, they train harder, and they come back stronger and better year after year. So you are your own Olympian. You are the athlete in this business, in this journey of entrepreneurship. So you have to keep training on a daily basis to be the best that you can be. All right, that was my tips or advice on how to turn your vision into a plan. I hope you enjoyed it. I will have more vlogs, as you know, on some of my coaching advice on how to turn your vision into a plan, your plan into action, and your action into results. If you're new here, again, thank you for coming. I hope you hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and like it. If you're not new, hello again, and I will see you in the next vlog, which is going to be about how to live a life with intention. This one I'm really excited about and I'm very passionate about, so I hope to see you guys there. Bye guys.